This time on Bona Fide Bus, we're doing hot takes and answering some of your questions.
We posted on Instagram yesterday that we'd be shooting this today, so you guys hit us with some great questions and hot take topics. So let's get into it.
I'm Sarah, and this is Eric. We love traveling and enjoying the great things the Earth has to offer. So a few months ago, we decided to pursue life on the road and capture our adventures along the way. Subscribe for a new video every other Wednesday, and thanks for coming with us.
Aww. Look at what you prepared.
Yes, I think it shall pair well with our Murphy Good cab. It's 3:20 here, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so we are breaking into our bottle of cab. It's also my birthday weekend, so...
And we're gonna drink for the comments that will inevitably be in this video. Maybe. Not sponsored by Murphy's wine, but we would be down. Alright. Murphy's. Okay, so hot takes. We have been in the bus for 9-ish months, and yeah, we feel like we kind of have a good grasp on everything and have learned what we thought we were kind of getting into with bus life and then what it's kind of developed into. And one that kind of goes hand in hand with that is bus life is not cheaper than renting.
Hot take.
So I looked up the average rent in America, and it was roughly $1,100. I've never paid that much for rent, and that was for a single bedroom. We thought we would be saving a little bit of money. We didn't think we were going to be saving a ton of money. There's things that come up, and they have. If you guys watched our last video, we broke down in Oregon. That breakdown costed us $3,700, and then as soon as we got back, about 2 weeks later, our water pump went out, which was $1,500. This morning, our check engine light popped on, and our turbo is going out, and it's definitely going out. We were going up a hill very slow on our way back from Malibu.
We've known that.
Yeah. And that's going to be $2,300. So that is $7,500 in the last 2-ish months.
So that $7,500 repair bill on top of what we initially put in the bus just to build it, and then all of our living expenses since then, which pretty much just consist of gas and groceries and parking.
Oh, and insurance. Also, we don't pay for campsites nearly ever. So that's an expense that we're saving that a lot of people do. I think our length and our size bus kind of saves us there. We were just in Malibu last week, and we called on a campsite because we ran low on water. We weren't super familiar with the area, and we're like, oh, let's just get a $40 campsite for tonight. It was $220.
$220.
So
for one night.
Yeah, one night. And we spent that night where?
On the side of the road.
Directly outside of that RV park, right on the water. So thankfully we're off grid. But I do want to say, the thing I hated about rent is that we were just paying someone else. It was their investment that they were making money on. I hated that about paying rent. We weren't building our wealth at all. At least with the bus, we do have something that is of some value. So that feels a little bit better than paying rent to someone else's investment. Long story short, after 9 months of this whole bus extravaganza, I guess it's been about a year, including when we bought the bus originally, we've spent way over the average single bedroom monthly rent.
Yeah.
Like way over.
Not way over, but...
like triple. Double.
I guess.
Double and a half. Yeah, so bus life, not cheaper than renting.
Hot take.
We are one question in, and I already need a fill up.
Me too. And some cheese. Bus life hot take. Pooping in the bus is as stinky and steamy as you all think it is. We have very little privacy in the bus. People always ask us how we poop in the bus around each other, which is a really funny question to answer. We are in a less than 100-foot space. If I am lucky, Eric will turn the fan on in the morning when he goes to do his morning doo-doo. Sometimes I'm not that lucky, but if if one of us poops, yeah, you hear it and you smell them. So.
Oh yeah. And sometimes I'll put on music if I know it's going to be a good one, but
sometimes not.
Sometimes not.
Nature's Head composting toilets, they do smell. Not like really bad, but they do smell. Everybody who says that they don't smell at all.
Oh, hot take too.
Full of shit.
What smells worse, the pee or the poop?
The pee smells worse than the poop, for sure.
Yeah, you can't let the pee sit. The poop really isn't bad. It's only when you're like doing it.
Yeah.
But and that's really it. But
right,
if you let the pee sit for a while, that's not good.
It gets stinky for sure.
Yeah. Hot take. The cubic mini wood stove is not worth the money.
Ooh. Hot.
Literally hot take. We can say this because we have one.
Burn.
We've been through a winter in one. We've been through some very cold temperatures. Yeah, it's just kind of a pain in the old rump, and it does not last throughout the night. That's the worst thing. I can be out there hacking wood, whatever. It just doesn't last. Like, you gotta wake up in the middle of the night and feed it, especially with the cub. We do have the cub. Grizzly might be a little better, but also here's the thing. So you get your wood in like a bundle, right? They're maybe 14 inches tall pieces of wood, 5, 6 of them. It's easy to split the wood. It is not easy to hack the wood in half. We have a hatchet. It's not fun to do that with. We have a handsaw. No bueno. Didn't even finish my first one trying that. And we eventually bought an electric chainsaw that's up top. And that's just like a pain in the butt to have. So at the end of last winter, we did find the Duralast like wax logs. Those were much better. They do gunk up these things so bad. We had to clean it a bunch. It's just like nasty, gooey stuff.
They don't produce as much heat too as real wood does.
But they last longer. So you will wake up and they're kind of going in the morning, like 8 hours later morning.
If we could go back and rethink our heating system, we would get a diesel heater over the cubic mini stove for sure.
Yeah. The ambiance is great, beautiful.
Yeah.
But other than the ambiance, diesel.
Bus life hot take, you do get fed up living in a very small space with another person. And we are very much in love and we get along very well. We love the same activities and everything. I feel like our living arrangement works out well. We know who does what chores and stuff, but you're still in a teeny tiny space. It happens. I would say the best thing when you get annoyed with your significant other or whoever you're living with is just to go take a walk. We'll get in a fight and then one of us will go on a walk, come back 10 minutes later, we're fine.
I will say too, our first 3 months were the hardest months. It was a learning curve.
Definitely.
We left in October. I remember kind of the turn of the year there in January where we were figuring stuff out, but we had a couple tough times and
and that was the first time we had ever lived together, so we were figuring that out as well.
And the stress of like
oh my gosh,
the bus living in areas and figuring that out.
We didn't know what we were doing. So yeah, you do get annoyed with the other person, but it's great. It's totally worth it. We have so many more fun moments than not.
Love you.
Love you too.
Hot take. A bus is the least stealth camping vehicle on the road. RVs you're used to seeing. You grew up seeing RVs. They're on the road. You see them parked in your neighborhood. People have them, tucked in the back of their lawn. They're familiar. But when people walk by this, they're not used to seeing a vehicle that looks like this. Like the average person. We get so many people stopping by like, what the hell is that? And yeah, you just stick out because you're so different, especially us with the roof deck. We got surfboards stacked 4 high right now.
And we're in Van Central. Like, we're in
Yeah.
Southern California.
Yeah.
People are very accustomed to van life here.
Mm-hmm.
And even so, they still stop to look at the bus.
You have to park in a respectable / smart spot. So we don't park right outside of anyone's house, like rarely ever. We usually find like, kind of a dead end road or a empty lot. We love like a hill on this side of the bus. There's tons of hills around this area. And if we can, like our go-to spots, everyone has no house on passenger side and it's a hill. The reason for that is we have the kitchen lights on the passenger side of the bus, so we can have those on at night, black out this side, black out the back, and we don't have to worry about the stealth, having lights glowing in your vehicle or anything like that.
Yeah. Typically, people don't care if you're parking on the side of the road. If you're not in front of their house, if you're not doing anything illegal, if you're not sketchy looking.
Yeah, you have a presentable vehicle too. There's a lot of vehicles in this area that it might not be, super good stuff going on. I don't know. It's kind of sketchy vehicles.
Yeah. Take care of your rig.
Take care of your rig, yeah. If you need to do a little paint job, do it. If you need to fix a fender or just like slap some paint on it, just to like look not sketchy.
Yeah,
because
so
even
people
if
don't feel threatened.
Yeah, even if you're parked, outside of a neighborhood around the corner, but someone, bikes their kids by, you don't want dad like looking at your rig like, oh, I don't want my kids anywhere near this thing.
Yeah.
Just be presentable. I think that helps a lot. And also, don't linger there all day. So we use the state parks. We stay here till they almost close, like 8, 9 o'clock at night, 10 at the latest. That's when they close. And then we crawl into our spot. We wake up at 6, 7, 8 in the morning at the latest and get out of there.
It's pretty common sense, but...
I mean, look where we are right now.
Yeah.
And come park somewhere like this.
Hot take, bus life is booming because the housing market is crazy. I read the statistic that if the median income had risen at the same rate as median housing costs, so that in 2021 the average house would cost $61,000, which blows my mind.
There's a lot of buses that are worth more than $61,000 these
Yeah.
days, let alone vans.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it kind of seems like that market is pushing a lot of people into bus life. I mean, I think it's great. You get to travel, you get to let go of a lot of things you don't need.
We weren't ready for a house. And even people at our age,
Yeah.
good luck buying a house if you are,
Good for you.
good for you, especially if that's what you want. Even if we could buy a house, we wouldn't buy a house, but still, it's just crazy.
I guess kind of what I was trying to say with that is that bus life and van life is super glamorized, and it's like it gives the illusion that people are doing it because it's exciting, it's traveling and adventure, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that houses are incredibly expensive right now, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of you that did have a house and then you moved into a bus, which is awesome.
And
For
then-
us, we're doing it backwards. Yeah, housing market's crazy, especially in areas that we would see ourselves wanting to live.
Yeah. Good luck buying a home in Southern California for $61,000.
And who's closer to the beach?
We are. Hey, you wanna raise the price of your home? Just drive it to the beach. Get it?
No, that's bad. All right, next. I'm gonna have to pour a little more wine after that one. Oops. Need to open a window. I am hot as hell. Window break. It's really warm. Hot take.
It's hot.
This is scorching hot. Please don't exit the video. California is the best state to do bus life in. Don't exit, please. Let us explain. Huge amount, like 10 caveats, but one of our dear friends asked this question: what's the best state to do bus life in? So we haven't been to every state. We haven't spent extended time in almost any state. But let's speak to what we know. California. We love the ocean. We love water so much. And
Yes.
yeah, we're in the water literally every day. California, best place to surf and all that year round.
You've got sunshine. You've got ocean. You can drive to the mountains.
The
you
access.
can go snowboarding.
The access is second to none. You can drive an hour and a half to Bear Mountain here. You can drive 6 hours to Tahoe, which has unlimited world-class resorts. And then you have the deserts. You have Death Valley, Mojave.
That's in
Mojave. I always get Moab and Mojave. And then Northern California is freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But again, we haven't been everywhere.
Yeah, that.
Here's my main reason why I love California. The temperature. We just did a window break. I run hot, man. Like I don't like the heat. There's so many desert dwellers out there, and desert dwellers are probably like middle fingering us right now.
Well, they probably have AC.
Yeah, we don't have AC. The temperature here, the average yearly temperature where we are now is 68 degrees, literally what you set a home to with air conditioning. And it tops out at like 75, 80 at most, but you can crack open the back door and have ocean breeze just like blowing through the bus where you're like can't even write
lovely.
on a piece of paper. Yeah, it's, as far as temperature control, best spot. We also talked earlier, people are so used to van life, bus life here. It's like nothing too new. Stealth camping, so easy. Access to state beaches all the way up the coast. We have the annual park pass. I mean, we can hit some of the most gorgeous state parks and stay there all day long. They have water fill-ups. They have dump stations. They have
Bathrooms,
trash. They have access to world-class surfing. I mean, we've loved it here, and so many people, and I've seen so many of fellow nomads like hate on California, and I totally get that. We came from the Midwest. We're Midwesterners. Sorry, Californians, we are not local, and please don't break our windows. But, and I know what the Midwest preconceptions are of California and the traffic and all of that, and I didn't want to move here. We moved here, rented in a house in San Diego, and
I wanted to move here.
I hated it for the first 6 months. And then COVID hit, and the traffic became chill, and
It became nothing.
It's not even the traffic. What COVID made me do is only experience California for the outdoor environment, because we were seeking those outdoor experiences more, that we weren't like going out to Pacific Beach or like downtown San Diego and spending like way too much money, and like the only stuff we could do was be outside, be in the ocean, be in, you know, national parks, kind of, if they were open or outside of them. And it just like opened my eyes to how close so much is here in California. And then COVID pushed us into bus life.
It was a
and
jumpstart button.
And we could be anywhere right now. And we choose to be here because A, we have the surfing bug, and B, we have a ton of friends here, which it's
who
very
we love.
Yeah, it's very important to have still a community for us if you're living out on the road. And we kind of found a spot here that we feel is a little more tucked away than the California craziness.
It's comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Hot take, bus life or van life is not nearly as diverse as it should or could be. When we are parked somewhere and there's buses and vans, like, it's generally white people. I mean, that's really all we see. And it's like a few people our age and then a lot of older people. I don't know if it's just because of my perceptions that I've gotten through Instagram and other social media, but typically when I go through Instagram or YouTube, whatever, and I'm scrolling, most of the people that I see doing bus life, doing van life, it's glamorized and it's young white people. We have been trying to kind of fix our perception a little bit, and there are a couple accounts that I really, really like. We'll link them below. Candace.love, and then Diversify Van Life. Great accounts. Candace is like a beautiful, wonderful, really intelligent woman, and she gives a really great perspective on her personal challenges that she has to face as a black woman traveling in a van
Solo
through the United States by herself. Like, she's a badass. And then Diversify Van Life, they do like LGBTQ and minorities, and they just have like a really good broad range of, getting everyone. All that to say, I think generally what you see represented is a very specific crowd.
All right, scorching hot take for the RVers out there. Plugins, direct, shore power, time of the past. I do camera stuff. I've told you guys that. I need to charge a ton of equipment. I work on my laptop all day.
We charge our electric bike batteries,
which are huge lithium batteries. And we have gotten by so well with a very reasonably sized solar system. Some people asked yesterday on our Instagram post about our solar. We have 400 watts up top, and we have two 200 amp hour AGM batteries, which is 200 amp hours of usable battery space. And it served us so well. Again, don't do campsites, don't plug into shore power. And there's really no times where we have felt like we needed it. Even in Tahoe, where we got 8 feet of snow in 4 days. I remember we were parked in the Squaw Valley parking lot, and our power was getting low because it had been like 3 days since the panels have seen the sun. And I went up there and brushed them off. It's gray outside, it's snowing like huge flakes, and it just boop right to 100. Like, just charged us right up. And then at that time we were being smart about kind of what we were using and stuff like that. But man, you really can do so much with solar these days.
So much.
We just met a guy in a local area, Scott. He has probably the most impressive build we have ever seen.
We love Scott and his build.
He has 1,800 watts up top on his box truck conversion. And then he has, I believe it's 8 Battleborn lithium batteries. Basically like way over double, like 4 times our system. He has 2 AC units. He has a induction stove. He has a TV, like flat screen. I don't know why RVs these days don't come standard with a huge system.
It doesn't make sense to me. An RV will park next to us, and they'll just, rig up the generator, and they'll be running it all day long, and it's so loud, it's so annoying. And then they can't even be outside because the generator's so loud, and then everybody else is listening to their generator all day long.
Solar is incredible. It's pretty plug and play. We knew nothing going into it, figured it out.
Absolutely nothing.
And man, we absolutely love our system. Don't feel like we need any more. And
it gives us so much freedom.
Yeah. All right, we are on to our final hot take. Our bottle of wine is gone. We are down to a quarter of a cracker. No cracker. And it is, bus life does not give you as much freedom as you think it would. I had a ton of preconceptions going into this lifestyle, and it definitely wasn't all that I thought it would be in some form. I think I was definitely a victim of following all the accounts on Instagram and seeing all the glamorized, as we say, you know, bus life, van life, and really thinking that all we had to do was build the bus out and like grind really hard, and then as soon as the bus was done, all of our worries were gone.
Yeah.
And that definitely wasn't the case.
You see all of these really big accounts on like Instagram and YouTube, and like everything's picture perfect, like all the decor is just right, and like people have everything laid out perfectly outside their bus. What you don't realize is so much work goes into capturing that like picture perfect content.
Not even to make sure like your basic needs, water, food, are met.
Yeah, after all of that, and like the photos that get all of the attention and like go viral are like the picture perfect ones. And so it really like puts this kind of perspective in your mind that once you build the van, you build the bus, you get on the road, you do all these adventures and you travel, like it's all your problems are going to go away, and it's just going to be like that picture. It's deceiving.
Dora Tan, she drives what's the name of her bus?
Gumboot. We love Dory.
She keeps it really real.
Yeah.
Definitely go follow her on Instagram.
We'll link her below.
And we're trying to keep it real too. But I mean, it's even tough. Like I have that like creator background, and I love capturing like the epic moments and like the best moments.
We love showing you guys the best of the best, because that's what we like to go back and look at, you know. That's the exciting video.
That's the reason we make this, is for us to have a time capsule of this part of our lives, and share it with the people we love, and hopefully like inspire people to live the life they want to live.
Yeah.
But I will say the first 3 months of van life, for me personally, just speaking for myself,
for both of us,
for me, it was tough. Like it
was stressful.
For me, it wasn't even the mostly like stress. It was just like, I don't know. It was tough. I enjoyed so many of those like high moments, but there were so many in between moments where I just I didn't regret what we did, but I just felt like it wasn't what I expected.
There's still like all those things in life that you want to do, you want to accomplish, you want to set up. That doesn't go away just because you move into a van or a bus. You still have those wants, those desires, those pressures of like the future things you want to accomplish. They don't just magically disappear because, you're on the road and you're on the highway driving somewhere.
And bus life is just more work than living in a home, rental or owner. Like you have to go and get that water that you're gonna use. You have to you don't just flush the toilet and your literal shit disappears. Like you have to take care of it.
You don't know where you're gonna sleep every night.
Yeah. It's more work. It's not carefree, rainbows, butterflies, traveling away from all your worries. It's really not. And we say that to not discourage you, but to just like,
we want to be real.
We want to let you guys know, if you're considering this, we get so many people that are considering or starting their journey. If you guys are doing it, like, you got it. Absolutely go for it. If you're even considering it, you can do it. Like, you got it. But don't be naive like I was, to think that everything is just going to disappear and like you're going to live this crazy lifestyle.
We don't want to set a social media trap for you to fall in. Like, we want to tell you how it actually has been for us personally.
And it's been great. But it's not
always great.
Always great. Like anything. On that note, bottle of wine down.
All the snacks are gone.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a little different for us. I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera. That's why you see Sarah most of the time.
You did so good.
I like being behind the camera, but hey, I'm a bottle of wine, half a bottle of wine down. No, just kidding. If you liked this style of video, let us know in the comments. Give us a thumbs up.
If you didn't like it, let us know in the comments.
Or give us a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, before we forget, the bus is going in the shop tomorrow at 11, and I have a friend in town who has an extra van that he's trying to sell, and we're gonna move in temporarily for next week.
So stay tuned for some bona fide van life.
All right, guys. See you next time.